Good evening. I am Kamau Kujichagulia, and this is On the Case with Kamau Kujichagulia. And before we get to our guest, who's he's a local author, but before we get to him, I want to, well, first let me bring in Michael. Come on here. There you go. There's my son, Michael Harmon. How you doing, son?
Hey, I'm all right. How are you?
I wanted to first mention that Trenton's election that went off last Tuesday before last, and from what I'm understanding, it was a total fiasco. Like voting, the machines didn't work. People got there, they couldn't cast their votes. There was all kinds of mayhem going on. Now, the question is, now we can look at this as a technical thing that happened with these voting machines. But, the new voting machines, digital voting machines, I don't know whether my vote got cast or counted or anything because I don't know what's up.
When I filled out my ballot, I had to write it in, and they gave us markers, and on my ballot we had to mark the answer. But on the other side, we also had to mark mark off a few elections. And the pen went through the paper. The marking of the pen actually went through the ballot. That was a problem.
All right. Yeah, so I mean, I suppose that it was fair and above board. I don't know. But anyway, let me congratulate the winners. Mayor Gutierrez won. I think East Ward. I think what's his name? Anyway, Harrison won outright. In the West Ward, Frisbee won outright. And I think we're having, I don't know, Al can correct me if I'm wrong. I think we're going to have a runoff for council at large and also for the North and the South Ward. I think.
Okay.
All right. But hi Janice, how are you?
Niece.
So I just want to congratulate those who won. Of course, Bonnie won, and the Democrats won. They always win. And we never blame the Democrats for the condition of our city. I mean, they've been in control. They've dominated the policies and the systems in the city for 50 years. So, but we always put them back because I guess because the Democrats. It certainly isn't because of what they've done to enhance the lives of the citizens of Trenton.
Definitely.
So I guess it's just a thing of being a Democrat as opposed to a Republican. I don't know. I'm not very happy with voting under any circumstances. So anyway, let me get off my pulpit. Dow Brooks, what's up? I want to bring in our guest. Let me. I don't know. Let me see if we can. I don't know if it's probably backwards, huh? It's called Cut Through. Only one can win, and this is brother Bryan Ghant who wrote this book, and this is a bestseller right now. I mean, this. Let me bring on Bryan. Come on here, Bryan. Talk to us.
Hey, how you doing?
Brother, how are you? Welcome to our show.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be, welcome like this. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up, Mike? How are you, brother?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Now, from what I understand, you and Michael were boys out in the crossing.
Oh yeah. We chew the same dirt, played in the same lot. Yeah, we go back. We go back.
Same summer camps.
Oh man. Same swimming pool, same swimming lesson.
Now, for those of you who don't know when I say the crossing, where the crossing, it's Edgar's Crossing. It's the black part of Lawrence Township.
Yeah. 175 ECV.
There you go. That's right. That's the village out
Yes,
there.
sir.
And that's my old stomping grounds. That's where I was raised many years ago before they got there, and went to Eldridge Park School.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I have
so
my
I say
family.
y'all didn't go to Eldridge Park. Y'all don't know about Eldridge Park.
My family went there, so yeah.
I know your family went there. I know that because I went to school with a lot of your family.
Oh yes, you did. Yeah.
So
all right.
So it's good to have a homie on the show, especially someone. Man, I read your book. I read your book. Who said that? Somebody said that in one of these movies. I read your book. I think it was Patton. And at the beginning, I was kind of like, what? But you created a mystique that just kept me going in deeper and deeper and deeper. And I said, wow, this is nice.
Well, thank you.
Before I ask you about your book, tell me a little bit more about yourself, brother.
Oh, well, raised in Trenton, my family was always family orientated. So I come from that, you know what I mean? So I remember spending most of my earlier years at Princeton Theological Center because my mother worked there.
Really?
Yeah. So that was me and my brother Eric Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. We eating lunch with the professors. We eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Our conversations with the professors used to mess them up so much that they had to sit next to us during dinner. They had to sit next to us. They knew they was going to laugh. They was going to learn something. And then at the same time, it was a teachable moment. But, oh, man, we got so much stamp collections, envelope collections, college dictionaries, Cyclopedia Britannica. We had everything, and that was coming from them. Right. That was like gifts from them. Like, yeah, I brought you this. And I look at my mom, she's like, yeah, it's okay to take it. You know what I mean? Like, long as it was something up here, go ahead, take it.
Right.
It wasn't none of this. No, you ain't gonna take that. You're gonna take something that's gonna fill your head up. So
knowledge.
Yes.
Okay. That's good. So. That's good. There's a lot of knowledge up there too. Some people be stumping. But now you wrote this book. Who said you could write a book?
I did. Yeah, I did. Well, I was always the type that you couldn't dare, but I come from a writing background. I found that out later on growing up. But I always had a fascination for poetry, music, and all that intertwined. If you can do that, you can book, you can write a screenplay, you can write a movie. It's don't limit yourself. That's my basic thing. And I was never the type to limit myself. My mother always told me that, you want to do it, go ahead and do it. But I got one rule: don't quit. You can do it, go ahead and do it, but don't quit.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Now you wrote Cutthroat.
Right.
What was the impetus? What gave you this?
Okay. The short story. I was incarcerated, and I had got word that I was incarcerated. I got in the program. I did what I had to do in the program. 11 months and 26 days. They tried to extort money from me. They couldn't do it, so they sent me back to jail. Upon me going back to jail, I was already, going through the fact that I got sent back. My family was waiting for me to come home. So while I'm there, I got to challenge myself. So one of the boys there said he had a book that he was writing. I'm like, all right, I'll read it. It was straight porn. And the structure wasn't nothing. Like his open premise wasn't nothing. He had me captured. And so me being a competitive man like I am and coming from where I am, we cut like that. We gonna challenge you. I'm gonna compete with you. So I'm gonna show you how to do this, son. So that was my main focus. I'm gonna write a way better story than him and show him how to do it. So that was basically my focus on doing it. I had to challenge myself. I wanted to, I couldn't get what he wrote. So that was even more, fuel to the fire.
Okay.
Kingdoms have been built on less.
So, hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Now, you say you were incarcerated. I talk with a lot of people who have been incarcerated or still are. And I find some brilliant people behind those walls, man.
Well, you know what they say. You know what they say. You got to get the brilliant minds off the street before they can, flood the streets. That's what they say. I ain't them, so I don't apply to that, but that's what they say. Get the brilliant minds off the street before they flood the street with brilliant minds.
Okay. Did you find that there were brothers in there who had, well, they all had potential, but who had great potential?
Oh yeah.
That's
that's the ones that put it like this. In that type of atmosphere, and nobody really trying to show their potential. Everybody trying to outdo each other. Everybody trying to, survive, but at the same time, can't be weak. You know what I mean? So it's like me, where I was at, I was in Pennsylvania, and it just so happened I already had a name on the street. So when I came in the door, jokers already knew who I was. Me and my brother, we've been knuckled up in the streets for years. And, we held down bars, the cut me, shoot me bars, the one way in, one way out bars. And, nothing really happened on our watch. So our record is good. So that's why everybody used to want to hire us. So that's why my name was deep on the street. So when I went in there, my first day, everybody knew who I was. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't been here before. You know what I mean? So, it was deep. I ain't had no problems. So it was easy for me to adjust. I had to still maintain me, but it was easy for me to adjust.
Okay. So now, what was his book started while you were incarcerated or after you got out?
No, the book was written while I was incarcerated.
Was it really?
Yes, it was. Well, when I got reincarcerated. See, my first charge, I was in prison for about 3.5 months. I got out right before Christmas to what they called a recovery house. That's where you'll go for drug and alcohol. Because my second month inside the prison, I got tested to go to the work release, and my urine came up dirty because I used to chief a lot on the street. And I told them that, and they written it down, but they still used my words against me and forced me to be in the hole for 30 days. So that was my second month in the jail. I was only there 34 days. When they used that dirty urine to keep me in the hole, to put a charge on me, and keep me there longer. Remember that.
Okay.
So the whole me being incarcerated was a whole setup because they couldn't get my brother. It's deep. I'm an author of a collaborative book. It's called Black Men Unmuted. That story's in there. It's under Unjust Incarcerated.
Okay.
Collaboration you have coming out with, it's going to come out with your book?
Yes, with Les and 6 other authors.
Okay.
That's coming up.
No, that book is out. It's been out since August 8th. And it's been bestseller on the Best Help, and it's still doing good. So that's 2 books in 1 year, both bestsellers.
How is Cutthroat doing? You say it's a bestseller?
Oh yeah, Cutthroat was debuted on my birthday. I dropped it in Vegas. I dropped the link in Vegas, and about 11 o'clock Vegas time, West Coast.
What day was that?
That was on May 11th, my birthday.
Okay.
And that day was wild, but I'm not even gonna get into that. I'm gonna just say it was just say 11 o'clock Vegas time. I dropped it. And that's 2:00 East Coast time. By 5:00, I got numbers that said I was a bestseller because I was ranked number 9 at that time. And they say, well, you number 9. I'm like, okay. I didn't really realize what it was. And they said, you don't get it. Anything under 10 is considered a bestseller. So I'm like, okay. She said, don't worry about nothing. I'm gonna confirm it. So she confirmed it. Number 9, it was a bestseller by 5:00. I had met Eddie Griffin, the comedian. I met his assistant, and me and him got to talking. That's when he had the book. We got to go to the Eddie Griffin experience. Right in the front row, Eddie Griffin, because I was telling his assistant, there's a part in the book I wanted Eddie to play. So he was like, oh, really? I said, yes. So, we was going to meet up, but Eddie had an emergency, and I was leaving out the next day. So his partner's like, I got your number. We're going to hit you. No problem. Upon walking out the door, waiting for the car to come around to take us back to the hotel we were staying, my team hit me up and like, I sent something to your email, to your phone. I think you want to look at it. I said, okay. Now, this is 9:45 Vegas time. I looked at it, and it said, Urban Fiction, number 5.
Yeah.
Urban Fiction Life, number 5. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you serious? It's like, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
That's true.
People lie. Women, men, women lie. Numbers don't lie.
That's right.
That day, they
so good, didn't it?
I was numb. Because you got to think about it. It's my birthday.
I hear that.
And I'm dropped the book. I already knew the book was something. I just didn't know how the people was really going to take it. Because the way I wrote the book, the one person that got the full book, every night that I read the book to him, he was going crazy, ready to go back. I could go back to sleep now because he had stuff to visualize.
That's right. That's right.
So, I knew what I had. And the crazy part about it was, while I'm getting this information, I get a call from my friend Kevin Wortham. What's up, Kev? I get a call from him, and he freaking out like, hey, I'm on Facebook, and I'm saying, you got a book? You got a book out? Like, everybody was hitting me up, you got a book? I'm like, well, it's obvious you wasn't on social media because I've been running pre-orders and coming attractions for a minute. And he was like, I didn't know you go. Yo, that's major. I'm proud of you. And I'm like, thank you, but I'm not done. Don't think that this is it.
Right.
I'm not done.
Hey. So you said that you wrote this so like it was a movie. What does that mean?
Okay. What got me going on writing the book and the storyline and everything was, if I got to quote a movie, it would have to be from the 5 Heartbeats. When Duck said, you write best when you hurt, because I was hurt and I don't show I'm a tourist. I take everything inside. I don't show nothing until it's time. You know what I mean? So I was hurt because the people that tried to extort the money from me, I was telling you about, they did the sucker move. They went behind my back and called my parole officer that I was going to have. And they kicked my back in. They showered them with all types of bull, and they accepted it. And they gave me a 6-month hit. So where I thought I was going to go home with a matter of days, got wiped right up under, gave me 6 months, a 6-month hit before they come back and see me. So you already know that's like 8 months. That's 6. You gotta wait. When they come, then it's 2 for them to make the decision. So I'm like, wow, they jammed me up for almost a whole year. But it just so happened I had to take a decision-making course, and
While you were incarcerated?
that was one of the stipulations
Okay.
from the the violation. I
Okay.
had to take a decision-making course, and it was coming up on the time where they're about to come. Less than a month for them to come and see me. I did what I had to do. Stayed out of, stay out of the light, even though they was coming at me crazy. But because they knew I was short term, and most of them, they was county lifers. So, it was like the letter that was coming up on a deadline for them to release me. And I had to write a letter to the lady who was in charge. And I basically explained to her, I have things going on. I'm not the type to be incarcerated. I got people that's waiting for me back home. I got a life, this, that, the other. I got a son. And it hit her to the point where 2 days later, the day after she got the letter, she came to see me and said, we're going to get you through. So that whole 2 weeks that I had, she came every day. She gave me work, and she said, it's on you to finish it, but this is your homework. This is what you need to finish. By the time she came back the next day, I'm like, all right, I'm ready for more work. Besides the fact that the stuff me and her went through. Then when she found out that I wrote the book, she got excited. And then she told her friend who actually written books. And he came to see me 4 days before I got out.
Okay.
And with the conversation me and him had, now this is a Caucasian gentleman. He didn't have to come and see me. I don't know this brother from a can of paint, but the knowledge he dropped on me, oh man. To this day, I owe him a Christmas present.
Gotcha.
Because he basically told me my general is a demand. And this was 2004, because that's how old the book is. The book is 18 years old. I sat on it.
Very good. Now, when we have the whole shot of you, the artwork that you're in, the background that you're in is on the cover of the book. What does this signify?
Okay, the book the cover is a metaphor. And the title is Cutthroat, Only One Can Win. 3 men playing spades is every man for himself. That means me and you could be friends. Us three. Yes, sir. Okay. Now, the metaphor is he's dealing with death and he's dealing with a curse. You read the book, so you know who
tell me about this
guy is.
What's that
you
about?
know who this guy is. Okay,
right.
Now the curse is it's something in the family. And it starts from the very beginning. Now, everybody knows the curse doesn't have a face. The reason why he doesn't have a face is because it's unknown. You never know when he's going to come. Then you got the Grim Reaper. This guy right here. Oh, excuse me. This guy right here. Oh, that way. Yeah, that guy right there. Yeah. Then you got the Grim Reaper. And as you can see, he already got blood on his sickle. So he just got done chopping somebody up. So he waits for his next victim.
Okay.
And then you have the main character, which I'm basically in his place, but it's the cards right there. Okay. And he's down to 2 cards. You already know one is Trump. Oh, excuse me, I don't even want to use that name. One is strong. and the other one might get cut. So, it's risky. At the same time, you'll get one of them, but you ain't gonna get the other.
Okay.
Only one can win.
Okay. I heard that.
And that's the game of life right there.
And people, to find out about this curse, they have to read the book. Only one can win. Okay. Only one can win. Where can people get this book?
From me, if you know me. Well, I have a direct link. It's on my Facebook page. Is Real Bryan Ghant. If it ain't there, I'll put it there. It's
Real
also
Bryan Real
Real
Bryan.
Bryan Ghant. See, my last page, Bryan Ghant got hacked. You know, people hate. You know, they don't like the fact that the devil's everywhere. The devil's the liar because I just told you he is. So and I'm a name you can trust. But I had to put real Bryan Ghant so people know because I sent messages out. They're like, yo, he got like 9 pages. Like, yo, real Bryan Ghant. So when you holler at me and that tell anybody, if somebody saying that they me, you know me, ask them questions. They ain't got it right, that ain't me.
Okay. So what's next up for you?
Next up for me right now, whew, it's a lot right now because we're setting up the tour that I was telling you about. Les Brown will be the keynote speaker.
No. You didn't tell me about a tour. What about
Oh,
this
oh,
tour?
oh. We ain't get to the tour. Oh, Mike. All right. Well, okay. Well, yeah. From the book, I should have had it out. Black Men Unmuted. There's me and 5 other authors. We all give a perspective from the black male because our voices haven't been heard. We've been screaming,
What
yelling,
is this
but it hasn't been heard.
fictionalized or y'all come and read?
No. This is real. This is real,
Okay.
brother. This
Okay.
is what I was telling you about the self-help,
Right.
the self-help book and self-empowerment.
You
Yeah,
didn't tell me that.
this is it, right?
You didn't tell me that.
Oh, okay.
How many
Well,
cities in the tour?
we don't know yet because they're still getting it together. And matter of fact, as far as what I know, everything is looking good. Just we're waiting for dates, and then we're waiting for the cities. Well, basically, we got the city so far. It's just haven't had the dates that lines up with them, you know. And as soon as we do, I know it's going to take at least 6 to 8 months. But it's a break in between. But it's from city to city. Oh yeah, shout out to the Black Family Magazine because they're basically behind everything. So if you don't know who the Black Family Magazine is, find out pretty quick. Google it, look it up. You'll be surprised who you see. So and who's doing what. So definitely shout out to them because they're on the rise right now.
So what's coming? What you got coming up? I mean, another
I
book.
got the movie. I got the movie coming up. I'm putting together the movie now, Up Cutthroat.
Okay. We
That's
already have a darn good screenplay in the book. You know,
Thank
you outstanding screenplay.
Thank you. I appreciate that you love it that way because I was worried about, a lot of older people might not get it, but then I thought to myself, it brings them in the era to understand this era.
It took me a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
No. Because the way I wrote it, because the way I see most people write into it and then they explain everything. Me, I gave you the situation and then the backstory and brought you back together. And I didn't miss a beat.
That's right.
Because if you look at the titles or the name of the chapters, go to chapter 1, then chapter 8. Then you'll go to the chapter 9. Well, put it like this: go 1, chapter 8, chapter 9. I don't even want to give you the book, but if you ain't got it yet, you did yourself a disservice because we talking about something real right now. So I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? I do not know what to tell you.
That book very quickly.
It's an easy read. It's an easy read. Definitely easy read. Because I said like this, that's why I made it 9 chapters and not 10. Because I said if I gotta make a 10th chapter, that means I bored you.
Okay.
So I don't easy read is that it was a good read.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that. Because it's like this. My thing was I didn't want to bore you. And I had to keep it real because of the And as I quote, the shock value. But no, I had to keep it real because that's the type of person that I am. I talk about taboo things that most people don't talk about. And the reason why I have to do that because I have to keep that in the conversation because some people could get lost.
Okay.
You know, because everything out here it ain't all rosy, it ain't all peachy. It's like it's real out here. It's like
Bunch of junk.
you be thinking people, oh, they did that for TV. No, people actually live like this, and the conditions ain't getting better. Prices is going up.
That's right.
What it say? Yesterday price ain't today's.
Okay, brother, man, it's been good talking with you. Yeah,
Thank you.
especially
I'm
from
glad
a
to have you.
homie. You
Man,
know,
I'm glad to come down. That felt like I didn't even feel like this an interview. This is like family right now.
Trenton Zone.
You already know 609, baby.
Yes,
Stand
sir.
up. Stand up. When you see me, stand up. You know why? Because I represent the town. I tell everybody, everywhere I go, I'm from Trenton, New Jersey.
Trenton, New Jersey.
And I run down who from here and who faking like they ain't from here.
Yeah.
I put you on blast.
It was on the other side of the country screaming Trenton, New Jersey.
Yeah, you already know. Vegas, Cali. Well,
Los Angeles.
man, don't get me started. I tell everybody I'm from Trenton, man. Because where I'm from, the British say it all. The British say it all. I ain't even gotta say it. It's something light. It's something light. Take your behind up Route 1.
And been up in lights all my life too. You know.
Yeah, it is. So, because that is strong. That's us. We strong like that.
And it'd be, you know, so many people don't get that. So many people from Trenton don't get that. They don't know what we got.
And what killed me is you try to tear down or sabotage or do something. Like, listen, you'd rather have me, and me personally, and if you know me, you know this is true. You'd rather have me help you than me coming at you or you coming at me. You rather have me on your side.
That's right.
Than even try to come at me. That don't even make no sense. You ask things like that don't make no sense. Me? Him? Like, you hear something about me, I'd rather you come to me personally and say what they say. Don't listen to them. Come to me. Hear what they say. Tell me what they say. Because I ain't going to lie to you, because if I said it, I said it. I stand on that. I don't throw stones in high hands. I don't throw stones in high hands. And if you don't know what that means, look that up. That'll be a part of your life.
Okay. Brother, man, we got to get out of here. We appreciate
you
being
I appreciate you having me. Appreciate you having me.
Love your book.
Mike, you already know.
Keep on keeping on, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, brother.
Love, man. Love.
Always, man. Always. From the sandbox. You already know.
All right. Very good.
All right, brother. Good. Thank you for having me, man.
All right, man. You're welcome.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right.
Folks, it's been a as a heck of a brother. When somebody gets on the bestseller list with a book, you got to read the book. And again, the name of the book is Cut Through.
Only one can win.
Only one can win. You know, the artwork on this book is fabulous. So, you know, and the book is fabulous. So
it reads very well. It reads very well.
Is there a link for the book? He gave, what was it? He gave the link.
The real Bryan Ghant.
Yeah, the real Bryan Ghant. That's BryanGhant. The real, I think it was just real Bryan Ghant. Okay? So go there, get the book, support the brother, support Trenton, New Jersey. That's what I'm talking about. Even though we got this hoodoo election, you know, we still Trenton, New Jersey, you know. So we're gonna do what we got to do. So love you all. I appreciate your being here with us. Son, it's good to see you again. Love you too.
Love you too.
And for our production team, you know, I just want to give them a right on for the right on. And we're gonna have some. We're trying to get what's his name? 1911.
Steve Hallett.
Steve. Is it Steve? Not Steve. It was his brother.
Maurice?
The one that has the restaurant.
Reggie
Howard. Yeah. Well, we can always get Steve out because that's my brother there too. You know what I mean? But anyway, we're gonna try to get these Halletts on here because they just opened up a restaurant at a $3 billion airport terminal. $3 billion. You know, when you go to the airport, you see all these concession stands as you're walking through, and you'll never see no black concession stands. These brothers are going to be in a $3 billion terminal at Newark Airport. That's God damn, that's great. I just want to give them a hand. Okay, that's good. You know, so. Yeah, they're opening one up in Newark Airport. In Newark Airport, the new terminal, Terminal A. So when you go there, you'll be able to have a piece of Trenton right there, you know, and the best ribs in town. Shit, you know, best barbecue in town. You know. So okay, next week is Thanksgiving. Okay, if we're on, I don't know if we're gonna be on, but it'll be like me and Michael, we're gonna talk some stuff if we here, okay? I don't know if I'm gonna be. It's Thanksgiving. I might want to take a break. Okay, so Michael, it's good to see you. Good to be with you.
Dad, it was good to see you also.
All right, so thank you for being with us, and good night.